So I haven't gotten much sleep the last few days. All this started really a few months ago. I got an email from my buddy Billy in New York, who runs an alternative asset fund. And the email said, I'm investing if you're interested, which is weird because Billy doesn't invest in anything with a high risk profile. And this was a Canadian cannabis startup. But I'm pretty excited about the cannabis industry in general. And I'm on my way to Dave's house right now to talk about this. I think Jordan's over there as well. Maybe by the end of today, we'll have a decision.
It's our first meeting of the minds.
I know when we made this investment, the concept was in and out, IPO, flip, maybe 50% gain.
Yeah.
We got a 3x. It's now down to a 2x. Did you get the email last night?
I got the email last night. Their stock chart looks terrible.
Why did you not invest in this? I don't remember. Was it a morality thing?
I don't think so. I don't remember you actually telling me about it.
I actually read the email last night where you said ditto to the email. So when I said to check this a while back, so you did see it.
I did see it.
You did see it. IPO happened, tripled our money. Now we've only doubled our money. It's probably going to come down more the next week once the restriction comes off and the American investors sell out. So we might be back to 1x. Hopefully not 1x. A few nights ago, I said, okay, let me just do a little bit of research to make sure we're not making a big mistake by getting out here.
The entire extent of my research was your phone call to me when I was standing in some remote place that barely had cell phone reception.
So you've done nothing.
So I've done nothing until after I invested, and now I know way more about weed than I ever thought I would.
Okay, and I don't know if I want to sell. I'm considering doubling, tripling, or maybe even quadrupling down on cannabis in general. I haven't slept in 3 days. I've read every article.
This is very typical, and this is the first time, though, he's had charts and graphs.
All we need to talk about today is, does Flowr have a critical underappreciated advantage? This is probably literally the most important thing we have. Non-irradiated organic, whatever you want to call it, right? Non-irradiated weed.
What is irradiated, first of all?
Okay, in Canada, because it's the first country to nationalize legality for cannabis, they needed to make sure that it was safe for consumers. It has the ability to grow fungus on it and mold.
Pretty much how our formal meetings go, and then we're off to lunch.
I ate here yesterday, by the way. Right? I mean, Flowr's a small, they think they could be a top 5 player, but they're really small right now. Well, listen to this. So this law forces on us pesticide-laden, low-quality, mass-produced, irradiated crap weed. It's just going to be irradiated, poor-quality corp weed. Just wait until the social media reviews start popping up of this irradiated fungicide, heavy shit weeds knockoff cannabis. Once actual rec users try this crap, they will crap their pants. I mean, look at this one. The monopoly weed, they call it monopoly weed, government, is poisoned with pesticides and fungicides after flowering to meet low microbe levels and irradiated for good measure. Result is dry, tasteless, unsmokable, overpriced shitweed.
So basically, we invested in Flowr, which is a Canadian company. We did this before the IPO.
2 months ago? 3 months ago?
2 months ago. They just IPO'd. We tripled our money on paper. And so now we have to decide in 1 or 2 days, do we sell? Do we hang on to the stock? Do we think Flowr is going to be one of the top 5? Or do we think Flowr is just one of 1,000 in the market?
We need to figure out, are they allowed to market on the package that it's non-irradiated, or use a word like organic or something like that?
Just some way to differentiate themselves from the irradiated weed so that people know that they're getting this premium product.
Then I want to find out, do people care in Canada? But it sounds like from what I'm reading in message boards, people that smoke weed do know about it and they don't like it and they're not going to deal with it. So have to figure it out. So yeah.
So stay tuned for that next episode.
Can I eat my burger now?
Now we're headed to a place called the Capital Factory. It's like an incubator. We advise companies there.
He is still looking for his keys. I think he lost his keys inside of his own car. What did you do?
I dropped my key between the seat and the center console, but in finding the key, I found my daughter's iPod Touch.
This is such a neat space. And now this is where we have a meeting and we turn the cameras off.
I have no idea what his software looks like, but it's all about sales for him, right?
He's replacing a system, a legacy system that is going to always be a challenge.
You know, you're going to be running between two systems for a while, and that's a problem.
If he was in San Francisco, he wouldn't be meeting with us looking for 50 grand or 100 grand. He would have already had his $5 million all day long. And you are on fumes. I mean, absolute fumes. That just, how the hell you sleep at night? We used to think like that back in e-Carless days, but at least we had revenue. We had revenue, yeah. The biggest problem with Dallas startups, and they can't finance through their vision.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
So while we were at the Capital Factory earlier, we also found out that a proposal that we were putting together to use some of their space as kind of a collaborative creator space, looks like we're going to get the go-ahead on that. So we just have to put together a little bit of a plan and figure out what we want to do with it, but we may be getting our own version of a 368 here in Dallas.
I spoke to Vinay, CEO of Flowr.
Oh, yeah?
And this is very quick. I'm going to Canada tomorrow.